it is so lovely to connect with the two of you. And technology is such a wonderful thing that, on Friday night for me, across all these miles, I'm able to connect with two amazing talents. And technology is a wonderful thing because it's bringing us your musical to our small screens. A year before it was originally intended for release, which was in 2021 on the big screen, but now we get it in Corona times, thankfully, as entertainment on the small screen. So, Lynn, if you could take this one, if you could talk about that, were you looking forward to people catching this on the big screen? But on the plus side, people like me who have no access to Broadway can catch it and be part of the Hamilton experience.
Well, the second part of your question is exactly why this movie exists and exactly why it's coming out. We realized when Hamilton opened that far more people wanted to see it than we had the ability to serve. When you're doing live theater, you're a restaurant and you're serving the meal 1,300 seats at a time. And so we prioritized two things. One, we created an educational program so that we could make sure high school students could see our show. And two, we worked for the better part of a year to film the show with this company within its first year. And so you're getting to see the people, a lot of the people who made those roles and originated them in June of 2016. We were really looking forward to the theatrical release of this movie because we know what it feels like to sit in a theater and watch this story. But the thing that changed was the world turned upside down, and the joy of being able to provide a piece of live theater at a time when we can't perform a live theater really in many places in the world also felt like a gift. It's also our love letter and reminder of how special it is when you get in a room full of strangers and see a show.
Lynn, this is Story of America Then, Told by America Now. It's something I've read a lot. But what kind of cultural relevance do you expect to find in places like India, for instance? And what is the kind of connect you expect to make in places here and the resonance that you're seeking?
Well, the resonance is the part you can't control, right? You can only write the best show you can. It took us 6 years to write, took me 6 years to write the show and us to create the show. But I do find that what people tell me they take away from the show is it forces them to reckon with what they're doing with their life, because Hamilton had a very short life, but it was so full of incident and accomplishment that you leave the theater like, what am I doing with my time on this earth? The last lyrics of the show are time and who lives, who dies, who tells your story. And I think the notion of what we leave behind when we're no longer here is a universal one.
Well, I'm very glad for the subtitles in the movie because it's going to be tough for me to follow all those lyrics. So, the movie is going to make the experience better in some ways for people like me. And Thomas, if I could get you in on that, what do you think the movie is going to add to the experience? Because the musical itself is such a community experience, right? And one looks forward to watching it at the Broadway to be a part of that experience. When bringing it to the small screen, however, what is the added advantage?
Well, I think what it does is it gives everybody the same seat. The way that you view it, whether it's on a tablet or a television or a computer, you're going to be seeing it from the same angle and you're going to be seeing all the same shots. And that's very different than when you go see the theater. When you're sitting in the mezzanine or in the orchestra or on the left or on the right, your vantage point is quite distinct. But now the lens creates a commonality and creates a universal experience. And so I'm very happy that we were able to facilitate that to celebrate this cast and what it feels like to be in the theater in June of 2016. If you were around, that this film is saying this is what it felt like.
Well, yes, it is going to be a very egalitarian experience watching it on my small screen and feeling like I'm a part of that as well. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to watching it. It's been an honor talking to the two of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Appreciate it.